What would happen if the largest country on Earth decided it needed more territory and power? Well, there might be a war over that. Russia already occupies 1/8 of all inhabited land on Earth. Now it has set its sights on one of its European neighbors. Historically, there have been conflicts between Ukraine and Russia. Most recently, Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula. It then supported a separatist insurgency in eastern Ukraine. Now Russia does not want Ukraine to join NATO. They want NATO to withdraw from Eastern Europe, period. Although Russia is not a member of NATO and controls one of the most powerful military forces in the world, Russia may feel that it can play by its own rules. Okay, let's back up a little bit. First, you may be wondering what NATO is. What is NATO? NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. There are currently 30 members. These include the United States, Canada, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. NATO's goal is to maintain peace and ensure that no member of the alliance is vulnerable to attack by international military powers. You know, like when Russia took Crimea from Ukraine. Ukraine is not yet a member of NATO. But it has shown interest in joining. Russian President Vladimir Putin is not happy about this. Putin is already somewhat alarmed that NATO is training Ukrainian troops and that some member states are providing weapons to its forces. So he decided to use the ancient method of persuasion to solve the problem. He threatened war. Russian military power with a defense budget of $42 billion, Russia puts a lot of love and money into its military. The Russian army has 3.5 million new recruits. There are also tanks, 13,000 of them. No other country in the world has so many. Russia also has 27,000 armored vehicles and leads the world with 4,465 artillery pieces. There are also Russian nuclear weapons to worry about. 6,257 in total. They can be launched from aircraft, submarines, or rockets. But if Russia decides to launch an attack, it likely won't start on land. The first attack may come from the air. This could level power plants and bridges, destroy rail lines, and cripple the economy of any country under attack. Furthermore, the Russian naval fleet is almost unrivaled. Their nuclear submarines just sitting off the coast could pose a significant threat to anyone who wanted to take on them. Of course, this depends on who the target country is. If Russia attacks Ukraine, NATO may respond with severe economic sanctions. But Russia also has its allies. Russia's allies are members of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO. It is a NATO-like alliance of 6 former Soviet countries. It also has Cuba in its corner. If things get really tough, Cuba will become an important hub for Russian forces to wreak havoc on US soil. It's terrifying to have 100,000 Russian soldiers on your doorstep. But this may not be a war that will wipe out the country. Russia is likely to benefit from this. It could be natural resources or political influence. Whatever it is, the plan is not to eliminate every target in its path. Just to do enough damage to get their point across. In the case of Ukraine, this could weaken the Ukrainian economy. But they can do it with minimal ground force. War is no longer fought as it was 10 years ago. It can be more discreet. Hacking, anyone? If you're worried about these Russian nukes right now, maybe I have an idea on how to rid the world of them. How about nuking a volcano in the name of science? Go ahead and see what happens.